That's right, it's not a Mirage and it's not Double Vision, it's Double Dragon 3 on the NES, and this is card number 19 in the collection. I'm not gonna lie guys, I am pretty damn excited to be posting this video. If you think back to my 50 card celebration video, this is a challenge and a card that I thought would not be completed until the very end of this whole list. But here it is, I pulled it off and I'm so excited. Alright, so as most people know, this is considered the black sheep of the Double Dragon franchise, certainly on the NES, and that's mainly because of the challenge. The big downfall with this game is that when you die, that's it. You only get one life. The only way to get more lives in this game, quote-unquote, is to basically become other characters. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into the action here, and let's see why I'm so damn excited. Alright, I hope you got your boxing skills ready. Pro level challenge. See if we can complete the first level without losing a life or using any move other than punching. Alright, so as we already discussed, you only get one life, and you can't really get any more lives or characters until you get past the first level, so that doesn't really come into play here. What does come into play, obviously, is the punching. So if you think back a little bit to the start of my Season 2 videos, I posted a game called Mighty Final Fight. The challenge is actually exactly identical to this one. You can't use any moves other than punching. So when you think of it in terms like that, the challenge becomes a little bit simpler and it's not as tough as you might think, although it is still pretty tough. Alright, enough blabbing. Go ahead, sit back and watch the fun in action here in Double Dragon 3. Here we go. Alright, let's talk about how we managed to pull this one off. Alright, Double Dragon 3, as I mentioned, this challenge was very similar to another challenge I posted called Mighty Final Fight, and in terms of how it operates, it's almost exactly the same. You'd think that the two games were made by the same company. Obviously they weren't, Capcom and Acclaim. Alright, so I guess the big secret to taking this challenge on is, not getting pinned in between multiple enemies here. If that happens, they're going to destroy you. So you need to try to keep your enemies on one side when possible. And the other thing I'm going to show you a little later in this challenge is to isolate enemies with weapons. If they start attacking you, they're going to take big chunks of your life away. So we'll discuss that a little bit closer to when that happens outside of this room. But right now, just take note of what I'm doing here. Let them walk into your punches. If there's single enemies, let them walk into you. They'll do that no problem. If there's multiple enemies on screen, you need to be aware of them possibly doing that, jump kicking you. As soon as you see an enemy running, that should be your key to stop whatever you're doing and move out of the way. If they jump, they're going to kick you and they're going to screw up whatever you're doing. So there's a lot of things you got to think about here. Number one, don't let them pin you in on different sides. And number two, if you see them jumping, stop what you're doing, move out of the way. Like right there, I just had to stop and move. Sometimes you will manage to punch them both at the same time. That's a nice little bonus when you do. So you're going to see me employing a lot of this strategy here throughout. I'm going to try to isolate one at a time if I can. So far I'm having some pretty good luck here where I'm taking care of these guys. And sometimes they'll just run away from me for whatever reason, I don't know why. And I think this one does have a bottle that comes in. They're going to take mega priority here, so if you see them, take them down. Try to take them down as soon as they go down again. Don't let them pick up the weapon again. Another thing you're going to see a little bit later in this challenge is that sometimes you may accidentally pick up their weapon and you may be tempted to use it. So if that happens, you're going to have to either drop the weapon if possible or just let them hit you so that you drop the weapon automatically. It's kind of frustrating. It does happen sometimes and it will cause you to have to stop the run and restart again. But it is what it is. You just gotta have to take it with, take the punches, as they say. Alright, I think pretty much all of these enemies have weapons that can be used. The bald-headed guy has a knife. Linda here also has a knife. She has like an infinite supply of daggers. And then obviously the long-haired dude has a bottle he can use. I think the bottle is the most destructive weapon, so he should take priority if you see him first. And eventually we're gonna start going up this elevator here. And it gets a little bit trickier going up the elevator because you have pitfalls and edges and ledges that you can fall off of. So you might be thinking it's a smart idea to get them by the ledge. And yeah, that is a smart idea if you're daring enough, but honestly, I would just rather be safe and get into an area where the ledges or not so close that I could fall off accidentally, because believe it or not, I've actually lost a couple runs by accidentally falling off a ledge here. So just play it safe, and see another scenario where I had to move out of the way because I saw him jumping. Plus he has a weapon. Double bad, double bad. Alright, we got some more enemies here. Just play it safe, take them down. And eventually we're going to go into this garage door and enter the final stage of this level before the boss fight. So it's a lot of the same, but what you're going to see, we'll just chime back in when the boss fight comes. Alright, a bit of bad luck here. I accidentally picked up a weapon, which is, thankfully I noticed that it happened and I was smart enough to not attack. And unfortunately, it kind of threw me off my game here. I take several shots to the head of this stupid bottle, and it puts me in a much, much tougher situation than I needed to be in. But I'm still in the game. Challenge isn't over yet. I still got a couple more enemies I have to take out before the boss comes in. And the boss, if he hits you, it's basically over with this much health, so you gotta really be on your game and know what's happening here. And I can't afford to have any more mistakes like what we just had there. So right now I'm getting pinched in here, really getting thrown off my game because of picking up that stupid weapon by accident. Can't afford to do it again, obviously. We got a couple more enemies to take out, and then this boss should come in. Look at that, I'm completely out of life. I take one more shot and I'm done. Alright, here comes the boss, named Jim. Nice name, right? So Jim normally will destroy you if you try to take him on regularly, and even if you try to hit him with kicks, if you're not smart and you're unlucky, he can still get you here with those flying knees. But the secret to taking him out with only punches is you have to get him on a different plane. You have to get above or below him like I'm doing, and then, believe it or not, a single punch, sometimes two punches, will floor him. It's incredible how it works. It's lucky, maybe it's a glitch, I don't know. But get on a different plane, north or south, hit him with a punch or two, he'll go down. A little tedious, a little repetitive, it's going to take quite a few cycles, but he will go down, believe it or not. And soon enough, this challenge will be done, and I can finally lay this to rest. Challenge number 19, Double Dragon 3. Can't believe I'm saying this. In the books. Thanks for watching, guys. Much appreciated. We will see you in the next one.